Hey gun people, gonna do a little on barrel control walking. I think I covered this briefly in another video. I'm going to show you on a treadmill a little bit where I'm covering some ground, and then I'm going to show you how coming in. When you're moving, when we're teaching tactics, either in the military, civilian, police, wherever, any tactics that you're taught, your shock absorbers teach the same thing when you're riding a horse. Your shock absorbers are your ankles, where they can absorb shock, your knees, they can absorb shock, your hips, they can absorb shock. So if you walk normally, I want you to watch the front of my barrel. I'm going to try to keep the barrel and lens here. If you walk normally, you're going to get a little bit more sway standing up, walking normally. So a lot of times when you see somebody moving tactically, you're going to see them do this little squat or this squat walk, shuffle, whatever you want to call it. And basically what I'm doing is I'm giving myself the ability to adjust to the ground. So when I'm moving, if I'm in a squat position and my knees and my other feet are absorbing and allowing me to keep my barrel straighter. So if you're doing a combat course or you're out there training and you're shooting targets and you're standing upright, not to mention you make yourself a bigger target, this makes me a smaller target, you're standing upright and you're walking normal trying to shoot, you're not going to have as good as barrel control as if you squat and use your knees, ankles, and hips as shock absorbers to where I can readjust and come back on. I can move just as quick, but my barrel stays on target. So, is that absolute? Well, it's not. I mean, I don't need to be going down here and doing it because now I'm in an awkward position and it's even more. I'm straining, I'm getting my heart rate up, I'm exerting more strength and getting my heart rate up if I go too low. So this would be over exaggeration. Sure, I make myself a smaller target. This would be normal to where I don't have as much shock absorber, my legs are walking normal and my knees are bouncing, versus a half squat, semi-squat, and my feet are taking a little bit shorter steps. If I take long steps, I have more bounce than if I take shorter steps, because then I can control my knees and my hips. So my barrel should be pretty much staying on that lens a little bit better when I'm controlling my walk and using my shock absorbers, and I'm in a little bit of a squat and I'm moving my feet level. So I tried this on the treadmill real quick. It wasn't pretty and I almost fell off. So I'll go ahead and try to do a treadmill and see if you can see my barrel bouncing while I'm on this treadmill. And if it changes from a run to a fast walk. Now remember, this treadmill is set at a standard pace. So my speed isn't going to change, but the way I walk will. So me standing straight up and keeping this on here, I can do it because I'm not walking that fast, and I can pretty much keep it on here. If I speed it up and I stand up normal, my barrel should be bouncing a little more because I'm standing up and I'm straight. Now I'm going to squat at the same speed, and you should see my barrel calm down a little bit. I'm shortening my step. I'm talking, so that's great. But I can just get a little bit better target acquisition if my knees are bent and I shorten my steps versus walking normal. I can still keep it pretty straight, but it's harder. Now obviously, if I slow this down, I'm going to get less. So moving fast will always change it. If I squat down when it's slow and take nice smooth steps, I can really keep my sight pretty much. I can squeeze off some rounds and pretty much get it on target. Vice versa, speed it up to a jog. Keeping this gun straight is difficult. Same speed, I'm just going to walk faster. So walking fast is better than a jog. Even though I'm covering the same distance and I'm going the same speed. So speed, the way you're moving, hopefully that came out on video. I couldn't tell if I was on there or not, I was too far away. So speed, your ability to hold on target, your shock absorbers, lowering your center of gravity, taking short, smoother steps will also help you from tripping. If I'm walking normal like this and I hit something, I'm more likely to go over. My center of gravity's higher, I'm moving faster, and I'm taking bigger steps. Versus if I'm backing up like this and I hit something, my center of gravity's lower, my feet are dragging, and when I hit something, I'm able to adjust and move. So, speed, shock absorbers, how you move, how you point your gun, all things to consider when you're out there training tactically. And again, I might cover this in another video, but I covered it shortly and I didn't have the treadmill, so I don't know if the treadmill helped or not. All right, well, then out there.